Matcha Hour.
Matcha!
Yay! We got our matcha
We
ready.
do. Thank you, Quickle.
So, Kat,
Yum.
what's the latest and the greatest? How have you been?
I've been alive. I just got back from Japan because I went for like a couple days to see my friends.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's very fun. I was crazy though because like on the way there, my flight was so delayed. I think you were following.
Yeah,
the
no,
flight with
my
me.
God, it sounded crazy.
No,
Every hour she would message and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's delayed again. And we'd
Yeah.
be like, why? Why is it delayed
Yeah,
this
yeah.
time? There was
Literally.
like catering issues.
Yeah. And like I was gonna, honestly, I almost went home. The only reason I ended up staying was because I had convinced my friend to take the flight.
Yeah.
And he was like gonna do it. So I'm like, okay, if he's working the flight, I have to go.
Yeah.
And
Because then you kind of feel bad
Yeah.
afterwards. You show up and they're there ready to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I'm not dating anymore.
No, I'm so glad he came though, because like him and my other friend, we ended up like chatting in the galley. It was fun times. The flight went by really quick. So
The life of a flight attendant
Flight
though, where
attendant
like you're
life.
used to it.
Yeah.
No other person would be able to go into the galley and be like, hey, I'm just here to chill
Yeah.
for the rest of the flight.
I know, and like the SD was really nice too.
That's
So
good.
that was nice. Glad I went. It was like really fun. Got to see my friends and their babies.
I love babies.
Baby smell.
Yeah, that newborn smell is so good.
Yeah, it's just like milk.
Kat said it smells like milk, and then I'm trying to remember what it smells like because
Yeah.
I understand what you mean by milk. They have this like weird powdery smell to them.
Yeah,
But it's so refreshing.
Yeah,
Like
it's
every
so
baby's supposed to be unique.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I smelled the baby and I was like, it's a baby. I was
Like
oh,
distinct smell of the baby.
yeah. And I was like, oh, babies. So that was me. How have you been?
I've been good. We're both a little bit exhausted right now.
You can see it in our face.
Yeah, just to be honest. Kat literally just got back, so she's like dealing with travel exhaustion, a little bit of jet lag maybe.
I think not really jet lag because like I forced myself to go to work the next day and that kind of fixes jet lag.
Yeah. When
But-
you have to function.
Yeah. But like I'm just my body. I need a massage. Like someone give me a massage.
So Kat's exhausted and I'm a little hungover right now. To
Girl,
be really honest.
I'm saying she's living her best life. And the reason though is because Quickle.
I'm moving to Japan.
She's moving to Japan.
Yay! We're so excited though because it's like we're trying to keep this up while I'm still in Japan,
Yeah,
and because
yeah.
Kat goes back to Japan so often, we're pretty sure this is gonna work out well.
Yeah.
And because this podcast is all about like anime, Japanese culture,
It'll be so like
it's holistic. It's like a whole 360 at this point.
Yes. It's all
So
coming back.
that's what's happening with us right now.
So Crystal, you ready for your move?
I'm hoping I am. I'm just really anxious right now and honestly super overwhelmed because I'm moving for 2 years and moving
Yeah.
like halfway across the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's halfway across the world. So
Yeah.
it's like a lot to do.
Yeah.
So in terms of like packing, I think I'm gonna be taking 4 suitcases with me at first.
Yeah.
I'm also really anxious because I have everything locked in, like my apartment and the dates of the flight and everything.
Yeah.
I think for me, my biggest concern right now is getting from point A to point B. Like, you know, my biggest pet peeve when I'm traveling, I'm sure you see this too, is like every time you travel and you take the train, especially from the airport,
Yeah.
and you're taking the subways, everyone has their suitcases.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
And with the rise of tourism in Japan too, it kind of drives me insane because it's like, I'm a tourist.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because then you see all the locals standing around and they're just
Yeah.
like side-eyeing. They're like, oh my god, you got so much stuff to carry. You're taking up so much space. You're so inconvenient.
Well, I always think like if you're gonna take a subway, if you're gonna take, because it's literally like it's literally called like Narita Express or like Haneda Express or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, if you're taking a train that you know is going to the airport,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't be pissed off about it. So I don't feel so
Like,
awkward. I'm always just like, yeah, because like I'll take those sometimes, and I see people with their like suitcases, or even around like Shibuya or whatever, I see people with suitcases. I'm like, a tourist in my country. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? Just like, that's nice, whatever. There's a bit of over tourism in Japan.
Yeah,
I think that it is helping boost the economy.
Which is
so,
good, yeah.
like, right? You can't have it both ways.
I know, but can you imagine me with like 4 giant suitcases and I have to take a whole row by myself? At this point, I am thinking about doing a shipping company.
I think you could. I think it's not that
a
expensive
service.
either.
Yeah,
It's
I heard
not.
it's cheap.
My mom did it before to send our bags from our house to the airport, and she said it was like very affordable. Because she wouldn't have done it if it wasn't. So actually, that might be good.
Yeah, I think I might do that just because it's a bit easier. But speaking of public transport, good news for anyone who is interested in going to Japan soon. They're bringing back the IC cards,
which I didn't know. Right? Which I didn't know about until you told me.
Did you really not?
No, I didn't, because I don't care about it.
Wait, because you already have one.
I already have one, so it wasn't like I really needed one.
Yeah,
do you have one?
I have it on my phone. Because with Apple Wallet nowadays, it's so convenient, but not everyone has an iPhone.
Yeah.
Essentially, what happened was Japan had a shortage of the little chips for IC chips for their Suica, Pasmo, all the other cards to tap on.
Which is crazy to me because it's like, how do you run out?
I mean, there's shortages of everything, but I know what you mean.
But I was just like, oh, that's such like that's like an interesting thing to have a shortage of. Yeah.
So they had a shortage of that, and they stopped selling these cards physically in 2023.
And they were saying you have to do it like on the.
Yeah, but only if you had an iPhone, which my entire family does have iPhone.
Yeah.
Fortunately, other than my mom.
Android doesn't have it?
No, they just got it recently, but they didn't have it. And my family goes back to Japan often. So then my mom had to thankfully she had an older card that she found. Yeah. But they wouldn't give her a card, so at first she had to keep buying the little each station she'll buy the actual ticket.
Yeah. Oh, it's so mafan.
It is mafan. It's super inconvenient. Now that you can get the card again, this is big news for people.
Big news for people getting your cards.
Yeah.
You know what? One of my ex's dad got me the super they had a premium a special edition Tokyo station one. Oh. And so this time when I went back, I saw it and I'm like, oh yes, this is something good that my ex gave me. So I have that hidden. It's still in its plastic sleeve and everything.
Save it. I feel like the thing with the cards though, even if you're not using it while you're traveling while you're traveling, a lot of people like to save it for keepsake or memory. Because not everyone's gonna go to Japan multiple times like we do. We're so spoiled in that sense. Where it's sometimes it's a one and done trip, and then they just like to keep the card even though they're never gonna use it again.
So I never thought about that. That's very pack ratty, but it's kind of pack ratty. I'm like that too. So I get
a hoarder.
it.
Do you hoard?
I am. I'm such a hoarder, so I get it. I'll keep things for memories. I'll keep things because I want to hold on to the memories that are just. But then you get a bunch of stuff, and you have all this stuff in your house, and you're like, oh, I don't want to throw this out because of that time I went to here.
You don't throw it out, and then when you finally do throw it out, you find a use for it. Yo, our travel card is Presto.
Yeah.
So I had money still loaded on my Presto card, but I lost it. No. And I feel like I may have thrown it out because it was right at the start of the pandemic, and I stopped having to work or commute downtown.
Yeah.
Where I just didn't need it anymore.
So you might have just had a bunch of money in the Presto card.
I had $80 on that thing.
Oh my god,
that's a lot of $80. Okay, so then it was still linked to my account. So now I was like, oh, maybe they'll just give me a credit onto Apple Wallet.
Yeah.
You have to get the physical card, so I had to buy a new physical card, transfer one amount onto the other physical card.
Okay, so you were able to do it.
Yeah, but then it's why did I have to do all these steps just to put it into my Apple Wallet?
It's very
Canada.
Yeah. But I don't think it's much easier in Japan either.
No?
Going Pasmo to Pasmo.
But they have machines and it's stuff everywhere. I feel the people are the service workers for Suica and Pasmo are more
maybe
helpful with it.
I'm sure maybe helpful. But the thing that I don't really understand is I don't like that even with the Presto is like this as well. Yeah. But if you have the physical card and you put it into your Apple Wallet, the physical card becomes obsolete. Yeah. I don't like that. Why can't I
you want to do both, right? Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I kind of want them to have both too.
Yeah, how come I cannot
maybe they don't want you to share a card or something?
Why not though? It shouldn't matter.
A family wallet?
Yeah, why it shouldn't matter, right?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
My whole thing is I want to load it and I want to load my card physically and get a physical receipt for it sometimes to claim things, but then I want to be able to tap with my phone.
Yes.
And what if I lose my card? I want to have it on my phone.
It's kind of like having your credit card because you technically have a physical and then you have your
exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? I want to be able to use both, but I'm with the Presto, it happens the same thing. With Hasmo, all these transportation cards.
Yeah.
They don't let you do that, so I'm who do we have?
I just have two cards at that point. Yeah. Do you use Pasmo or do you use Suica?
I like Suica better, but I have a Pasmo.
Then why don't you get both? And then transfer over.
Why do I need both?
I don't know.
Possible Suica works everywhere the same, so.
Then what's the difference? It's just a company.
Yeah, it's just a company, but you can use it on both anyway, so. Yeah. But
Weird.
I like the idea of Suica. It's cuter. Suica is like.
Suica's the green one with the penguin, right?
So cute.
It's a
That's
penguin.
what. I think so. It's a penguin.
Oh yeah. I have the Suica.
Yeah, I want a Suica, but I don't know. A long time ago, when my mom bought them, she bought like the Plasmo ones.
Yeah.
And I've just had it ever since.
My mom has Plasmo because it's pink.
Oh.
But I got the Suica.
Suica's cuter. It's like a whole penguin with like a watermelon, isn't it?
I don't remember the watermelon. I do remember the penguin.
Oh.
But I don't actually look at it.
Maybe I'm just thinking Suica because like watermelon, Suica.
It's like, what is the flow right now? I think because I'm so hungover, my brain is not processing anything that we're really talking about.
Well, I don't have any excuse. Like, I'm not really hungover or anything. I'm just kind of like
you're exhausted. I think that I feel like that's more than enough of an excuse.
Okay. My brain is running on like a single brain cell all the time. I'm very like team smooth brain, you know, like
always smooth brain.
Bro, anytime I'm working.
You know what though? I think like when it comes to the card and the phone, I do like the physical card because no matter what you do when you tap it, it's gonna go through. Sometimes my phone would glitch or like lock me out. So then as I'm trying to go through the terminal, it like it beeps and it's like, it didn't go through, and it's like I hate that awkwardness or
a little bit,
you know when you cause delay for the person or the people behind you.
Like you're being there.
And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I had to move to the side. I'm like, what the fuck happened to my phone? Why is it not working?
Like sometimes, like this doesn't happen to me anymore. But you don't have enough money on your thing.
Oh, I forget to reload
and you're just like, I'm so sorry. And it's like a big rush hour time.
Yeah,
it's just like,
it stresses me out so much, to be honest, during rush hour. Because then, like, I know where I need to get to point A to point B. I'll be like, my phone is in my hand. I'm like, is it loaded? And I start like making my moves to the next location. And then that small minor inconvenience of like it not going through derails my entire like the plan I had planned out in my head. It will derail the entire thing, and that stresses me out so much.
Stressful. I know exactly. You know what I thought was really cool? So I was hanging out with one of our friends, and he had his like Plasmo on his like watch.
Yes, you can do that.
And so I watched him, and then when he was like walking, it was just so like, I don't know, it was like some kind of riz, but he was like walking, he just did this, and I was like,
okay, but I see you have your watch on your left hand, which
do.
I also wear on my left hand. Yeah, I was thinking that's like it's on the right side, so either I have to start wearing it on my right hand, but then it's also weird because it's like I'm used to.
I think he had it on his left hand, but the way he did it was just very like
smooth.
Yeah, he was just like.
Man was walking backwards.
No, I don't know how he did it. I want to ask him like, what is your watch on your which hand? But I liked the way that he did it. He was very smooth with it. I was just like, oh, that's kind of like hot.
Yo, the bar is so low where it's like, yeah, it's kind of hot that you tapped into the subway like that with your watch. That's crazy.
Bars, like, on the floor.
Bars on the floor. Someone just picked it up.
Yay! Game time. Okay, so how do we play this game?
We don't have a name for this game, but basically the first game is we will tell each other a little, like 1 to 2 short sentence describing an anime, and the other person has to guess it based off of like the synopsis or description that we were told.
And I think we only get like 10 words or something.
As short as you could possibly.
As short as I could possibly.
Yeah. You go first.
Okay. Psychic-powered, mushroom-headed awkward boy grows with scammy mentor. Do you know this
mushroom-headed Psyche, the Psyche guy. The one with the antenna.
Oh no, not Psyche. That one is a good one too. No.
Okay,
Psychic-powered, mushroom-headed, awkward boy grows with scammy mentor.
Scammy mentor? Psychic mushroom boy. Like mushroom head.
Like a mushroom cut.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine.
I think you might just not know this anime.
Mashal?
Oh, okay, Mashal is a cute one too, but no. Think like awkward boy.
There's a lot of awkward
Think about
boys.
like my type. But like
you have a lot of types if you really think about it.
I think you might just not know this anime.
Maybe.
Can I?
Yeah.
Do you know Mob Psycho 100?
I do, but like I'm trying to remember what it looks like.
Mob Psycho. So Mob, literally, I'm pretty sure it's like a mushroom cut.
Psycho 100.
Yeah. And his mentor is like...
It is a mushroom cut.
Yeah, he's a mushroom cut. And he's awkward and he grows with his scammy mentor because his mentor is literally like a scam artist.
No, I have seen this. I like just forgot what.
Yeah.
Hasn't, when you said psychic,
yeah,
I was thinking of Psyche.
Yeah. No, that's very fair. I forgot about Psyche, so I'm like, true.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was fun.
Should we take turns, bounce back and
Let's
forth?
bounce back and forth. Okay. Your turn.
Orphan boy trains hard, gets roasted by Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson? Orphan boy gets trained hard.
Orphan boy trains hard, gets roasted by Michael Jackson.
Orphan boy? Michael Jackson?
If you've seen memes on the internet, it might make a lot more sense. And this is like a pretty big title. Like, it's still ongoing, but it's pretty big.
The only one I think that I know I think that it's DS because of the Michael Jackson. Yeah. But like Orphan Boy is such a broad, like every other main character guy in anime is like an orphan boy. Actually.
No, as I was looking at my list, I was like, well, this one's also an orphan. But...
I feel like Kimetsu no Yaiba, like Demon Slayer, is the only reason I got it was because of the Michael Jackson reference. I can't.
They made him too smooth actually, because it's like you're looking at the art, like his character. I feel like actually looks like it was designed based off of Michael Jackson.
But yeah, I haven't watched Demon Slayer in so long. Oh my god.
But are you caught up?
I'm not caught up. I have to catch up. Girl, I know.
Though to be fair, the last season was based, it felt like a load of fillers, and then the last episode was the most important episode of the season.
Oh, okay. You know what it is? I started reading the manga after a while, and then I think like when I was watching the anime, I was like, oh, I remember this in the manga, and then I just stopped watching it for some reason, and then I also stopped reading the manga, and I was like, oh, I have to catch up though, so I had to catch up.
Sometimes I have to take a break from stuff, and come back like a few months later.
Especially like someone I liked passes away. And,
oh no, stop.
Yeah, I know. I just get like a little bit like, oh, you know what I mean? Yeah, I need a break. Okay.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, next, I actually, I don't know if you've seen this one, so... Okay. Boy dies dungeon hunting, reborn with powers to kick ass.
Solo leveling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wait, reborn. Okay. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to, but it's because I read it. Yeah. I think I liked the manga or manhwa more than I liked the actual anime.
Yeah. That's really fair. Yeah. Honestly, the only reason I started watching it was because one of my friends was like, oh, you're not watching it? And I was like...
Guilt trip.
I was like, oh, man. But he's also like the same guy who told me to watch Shangri-La Frontier, and I haven't watched Shangri-La.
I love
It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I don't know. But yeah, I guess it's your turn then, girly.
Okay.
Please don't steal mine. I feel like I saw mine on your list.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Unemotional orphan boy finds out he's not a wizard but wants to be.
Unemotional orphan boy. This has to be Mashal.
It's all the orphans. It's all the orphans. Unemotional orphan boy.
I love Mashal so much.
I finished the first season. I started the second season. Yeah. But then you know when you get busy and then you're trying to prioritize which anime to watch?
Yes.
I forgot about it. Oh, but last year when I was in Japan, I do remember the cream puffs. And the Kombini.
Oh,
They had a partnership with them, and then they had Mashal all over the little packs of cream puffs.
Yeah. Yo, what would you do if there was a guy like Mashal in your life? Like, how what do you think he would be? Like, how do you think you would treat him?
Tomodachi.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like... I also need emotion. He's so unemotional.
I feel like he has emotion, but he's just like
it doesn't register. I think.
Show.
Yeah. But I'm not. I also feel like when people can't express their emotions that well, I also feel like they're on a spectrum.
Oh.
You know, where it's like I feel like I gotta put in a bit more effort to figure things out.
Right.
In a relationship, and then that's a bit more work for me.
That is true. It's true. People who are not like emotionally expressive. Yeah. I love Mashal. I think he's so cute.
All right, your turn.
Okay, my turn. This one's gonna be easy, but apparently my other one was easy too. Spy, assassin, mind reader become family, but everything is a lie.
Spy X Family, because I also have it on my list. Wait, did you see how I wrote it?
No, what did you write it as?
Fake family, psychic child, dog sees future.
Yo, that's better. Yo, mine was too
all
obvious.
of ours then.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. No, I feel like some titles were like, there's no other way to describe them, is there?
Can you read me the Attack on Titan one you had?
Oh yeah, okay.
That's one of my favorites.
It's so funny.
You guys listen to this.
For Attack on Titan, we had people run from giant naked dudes, cry, repeat, war.
Literally.
That's unhinged. But I feel like it's kind of hard to do just 10 words.
Yeah.
Because then you'd have broken sentences.
I literally broke my sentences to make it fit
Right?
10 words.
What was my long one?
Your what?
Oh, unemotional orphan boy finds out he's not a wizard, but wants to be. 13.
That's like 13
But it's
words,
because like the words are so small. So if
Yeah.
I broke it down, I'd be like, unemotional orphan boy, not wizard, want be. It's just like, I get it when you sound stupid like that, but then when I was writing it out,
connect them like wannabe.
Wannabe.
And that's one word.
But then it's like when I'm typing it out, it's just like,
Yeah.
no, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
but then
that's
I
fair.
realize it's
Yeah.
like the stupider it sounds, the better. it
Yeah.
is.
My
My bad.
Yeah.
Yay. Fun game.
That was fun.
If you guys are listening, let us know what you think of our games and which one you like best.
Or like suggest a game because we're always down to do any game.
I want to eventually like ask like little questions here and there, maybe polls, and then you guys submit your responses, and
That
then
would
we
be
can read
very
them.
fun. Yes.
So fun. Is the matcha okay?
Yeah, it's really good.
Nice.
Crystal made a matcha and it was really good.
Yay.
And there was like a yuzu citrusy honey.
Yeah,
at the bottom.
yuzu honey.
It was really good.
Oh, I have a matcha store in Tokyo
Oh my god, you're wild. Yeah.
that I'm gatekeeping. Like, we don't gatekeep, but then there are some things I gatekeep, and that's what I'm gatekeeping. Because, you know, like, matcha is so, like, hard to get nowadays.
Well, like that's the thing though, because like I was talking to my friends and like my mom as well. I'm sure everyone buys matcha, but sometimes we'll just buy like dokcha, like powdered dokcha,
Yeah.
and then I just use it as a matcha. So like you can use it the same way. But I know that like people here, or like a lot of people that are like purists about it, they want like matcha,
they're so hardcore.
So I understand, but for me, like especially in terms of like cost as well, like I'll just use powdered dokcha, and it's like I'm a peasant. I'll make it work.
I mean, as long as it still tastes good, I think that's the most important part.
Well, yeah. Like for example, for like baking and stuff, I'm not gonna use matcha.
I don't use like matcha for baking.
I would just use like powdered dokcha.
Yeah.
And it tastes the same.
Yeah.
In baking, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I only use like matcha for drinking.
That's fair, honestly.
Like, I drink it every day as a day.
Yeah, that's fair. And then it's like what? It replaces your coffee, doesn't it?
Yeah. What was I saying though? I don't gatekeep usually, but like this one store, because of the high demand and like how long it takes to make matcha, I am gatekeeping this because it's like my little safe haven. But I also feel like with consumerism nowadays, when I see people buy it and they post on social media, they're like, oh yeah, here's like 50 tins of matcha. But I'm like, you do know they expire over time and they oxidize, right? Like, why are you wasting it like that?
Matcha.
Yeah.
Unless they're like giving it out, maybe to like their friends.
I guess, but then if they're also doing it for the sake of like social media virality,
You think so?
Some are. I think they're like, I'm gonna try every matcha, let you know which ones are like. I get it, but like, did you really have to wipe out the shelf or something?
That's fair. That's fair. But I feel like maybe they're probably doing it in the same sense that like beauty people will be like, I bought every like shade of.
I still think that's too much.
Can make.
I think that's too much.
I know as well.
Like, over consumerism is such a big issue.
I do want to do one of those like. I'm like super obsessed with like hair oil right now. I'm sorry, just like a little bit. So I bought the Ururisu one.
Do you like it?
Girl, oh my god, it makes me smell like I am from heaven.
I need to smell it when I get there. Because I don't think I'll take everything with me, especially like hair oil. So like a lot of beauty products is so heavy. But I don't love my Anne Honey one.
Oh, I think
it's really thick.
No, I was really going between the Anne Honey one and the Ururisu one and the Yoru one. But then I realized I want to get something that has refills.
I like refills.
So Yoru doesn't have the refill for their hair oil.
Oh, really? They have refills for a lot of other stuff.
They do, I know. So I was gonna maybe get like their shampoo or something, but the Ururisu one and the honey ones, they have like the refill. So I was thinking I would get like the Ururisu one this time. You can't. I think it's.
You want me to smell your hair?
It's kind of not there anymore.
Shit, I did not smell it.
It's not really there anymore. You can't tell.
Oh, it's light.
But you know
what?
It's
nice.
This is like a day though. This is yesterday that I put it in, right?
Yeah.
And then so I'm like, yo, I smell like I want to smell like a girl who can attract people. You know, like I don't know how to say in English.
Scent, honestly though, like if you have good hygiene, and you like you're put together, not like to the tens, but like you're put together and you smell good. Yeah. The smelling good. Makes or breaks. Like
literally, the guy could be like not even that good looking, but then if he smells nice and he's like really nice, I'm just like, oh wow, like, can I have your babies? Like,
okay, maybe not that forehead, but we can keep it in. We can't say something and cut it out.
But you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to like.
I do know what you mean, because I think especially with a set, even if the person is no longer there, like you're in the same space together, and they're like, okay, bye, and they leave. Their set still lingers for a bit, which kind of ends up being a little like thought-provoking,
or it's a little crazy when the scent like sticks on you for a bit.
You're like
it's just like, how do you
infiltrate
my smell?
We were about to go from one topic to another, but then we got hijacked so easily.
My hair serum, but so I wanted someone to do like a hair serum like a comparison. So even if I know like it's kind of over consumerism, but I'm like, I want someone to do that. I tried all the hair serums, so you don't have to.
But I kind of feel like they should just make a sample set at that point.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, I was looking for Ururisu. I was looking for all these sample sets for
Do they have sample sets?
No, so they only have the sample packets for the shampoo and the conditioners. But I don't see like the serum or like the hair oil sample. So I want them to start making those because I would literally buy all those samples just and try all of them. And I'll make a video saying. And I will make the video if they come out with samples.
Because I feel like that makes more sense. Which is one of the few things I do like about Japan is how like you do get like, I know you're purchasing it, but you just still purchase like samples of everything to try out, which is also great for traveling too.
Agree. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, me too. Because then I hate the idea of buying a whole bottle of shampoo.
What if you don't even like it?
Yeah.
Or like, what if it doesn't smell like to your standard or whatever?
Or it makes your hair look like shit.
Yeah, well that's the most important.
The way you have to commit to it because you paid money for it and you don't want it to go waste.
Exactly. I want to try so many shampoos and find my shampoo or like my hair oil. Listen up, hair companies, start making samples for your hair oils and your hair serums because I will try them all.
And then maybe sponsor us too while you're at it. I like how you're like, I want this. I'm like, I want money. And I love how the segue is. I was hoping like we were talking about anime. Oh, what are we watching now? And it was like,
whoopsie,
how do we segue into that?
This is us like one brain cell.
Yeah, we're running like on. I think it's like the ADHD thing where we have like we zip everywhere. But
I talk in tangents. Like my people who follow me or whatever know that like my content is so all over the place.
Yeah.
And this is what this is right now. This is how my brain works.
We'll make it work.
Yes. Okay. So what are we watching right now, Crystal?
I'm actually on a slight break right now because life is very overwhelming. But while I pack for my trip, I will be catching up on my anime.
Okay. What are we watching this season?
This season, we are both watching Apothecary Diaries.
We are watching that, yes.
And Zenshu.
We are watching Zenshu, yes.
I love Zenshu.
Yes.
You're watching Dr. Stone, which I'm not.
Dr. Stone, that man.
He looks like a child to me. What the?
He's not a child.
You're watching Dr. Stone. Well, I'm watching Miburo.
Okay, what's Miburo?
I think I briefly talked about it because I had one of the characters on my FM Till.
I didn't know it was a current one. Yeah,
it is. It was from last season and it's continuing.
Oh,
yeah. So it's like it's still ongoing in this season. Miburo is essentially like, I don't remember if it was like the Edo period. Yeah. Final years of the Edo period where this like gang of, I guess, vigilantes is how I would describe them as, are in Kyoto, where they're like trying to protect the town. But then there's also like bad people who are like, we want to be living in the samurai days, bring back the violence, this is what it means to be a real man, and they're just like
real man.
it's like they're all just like shit starters, but like the main character is actually a child who joins the Mibudo, where he's like, oh, like I want to make sure that like I can protect the city. This is like, even though he was like also an orphan.
Oh my god, what's with all these orphans?
There are orphans everywhere. He's also an orphan. Yeah.
In this thing.
But he was raised by like this little obasan who like runs a dando shop, and he's like, I gotta keep her safe, I gotta keep all the people I love safe. It's so wholesome. The first episode I was like bawling my eyes out.
So if you want to cry, watch Miburo.
Yeah. Though I think it's more like action, drama. I think it's more drama. There is action, and it's like mostly men because it's like a group of like a
I'm never
gang.
gonna complain about lots of men,
and sometimes they're naked.
Not gonna complain. Can't complain.
So that's that.
Yeah.
What are you watching?
Have you seen those memes that are like, I watched Solo Leveling for the plot, and the plot
is sometimes you do have those anime. Well, like even if it's not like the main character, the art style, you just watch it for the art style.
That is very fair. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that what you're watching it for?
Nice.
The plot.
Yeah, it's the plot.
The plot is good though. To be fair, it is a good plot
for Miburo.
Solo Leveling.
Yeah. I enjoy Solo Leveling more than I thought that I would. Like, because okay, and then the next one we have, I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. I am not watching this, but
I am watching this.
Apparently,
it's I don't know how I would explain it because it's like slightly rom-com. She is overpowered. And it's a little bit awkward sometimes, so it's like I can't really tell if I like that or I don't like that. But it's one of those animes where it's like it passes the time really quickly.
That's very fair. Yeah. It's like fast
it's
paced.
not too it's fast paced. It's not too serious. Yeah. And I just think the main character is cute. Like she's this cute tiny little girl who is overpowered.
That's honestly, I love watching anyone OP. It's really nice.
But it's usually the guy.
That's fair.
So then like. That because it's a heroine. Yeah, like she's the most overpowered one. Where it's just like, I did this. Yeah, I can definitely see the appeal of like an OP female lead. But can we talk about how long the title is?
I know, but like honestly, I feel like all these isekais have like the longest titles.
It's not even an isekai though, is the thing. Oh. Like it's just like their town world.
So is it like a fantasy then?
It's fantasy. Fantasy. Yeah, but like why is your title so long?
Bro.
And then every episode they make it as long.
Oh
like the title for each episode is that long.
I think it's really funny when the titles are like really long and then they have to like condense it into like 2 words. Like like even with the slime one, like Tensesh Tara Slime blah 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 blah.
Oh, I love that.
And then they just make it Tensura. And I'm like, okay. Speaking of OP though, are you watching Sakamoto Days? Because that man is OP.
I think we talked about this briefly. I wanted to get into it because I'm like, I know he's OP.
Yeah.
But maybe because the fact that he doesn't really talk, I don't feel engaged, you know? Like, I know he's thinking or, like, you can see his emotion and whatnot and he'll do stuff. But I think it's because it's, like, all these, like, parts where it's, like, silence, where I just, like, I check out mentally.
Okay. I think that, like, with Sakamoto Days, everyone around him does enough, like, talking, so it kind of, like, makes up for it in my head. And I also think that, like, you were talking about like kind of comedy and like passes time easily, so I find that about Sakamoto Days, it's very like easy to watch. The dialogue is very like simple, everything that's happening is very like simple, but like interesting. It's fast paced, things just keep happening, and everything is like a gag, so nothing's too serious. Because like me, like sometimes
it's because it's a gag. Sometimes when it's like too gaggy, like the entire thing is just like all gags running gags, where I'm just like, what was the plot of this today?
That's very
that's where like my brain is headed sometimes. I'm like, what was this anime about?
Right. I still think that like with Sakamoto Days there's like a plot though, because of all the hitmen are trying to like get him at the end of the day, right? So I think that's really fun, and I like an anime that doesn't take itself too seriously, and I think that's what Sakamoto Days does pretty well.
Fair.
Yeah.
Question for you: do you ever like watch but just listen? and not actually watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I like about... So that's the reason I have a harder time getting into K-dramas. Because
I feel like you have to actually see what they're doing.
Yeah, and I have to read the subtitles. But with anime, sometimes I'll have it on in the background, and then I'll like glance up at it, but do something else, and I can still understand everything that's going on.
I want to get to that level, even if it's just listening, because I liked having anime in the background sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm doing stuff like my nails.
Yeah.
But then because I'm constantly looking at my nails.
Yeah.
And then I looked up, I'm like, wait, what they say again? I constantly have to go back just to see the parts too.
Yeah. Like I know my sister, when she's gaming, she'll be like gaming, but she'll have like a J-drama or like an anime on her other screen, and she'll be like gaming and looking up at the anime.
That must be nice, honestly.
So it's
That'd be, like, refreshing.
Yeah. And that's the only reason I probably can't have a harder time getting into, again, like K-dramas, right? Because I would love to. Everyone watches K-dramas, but
I know, I can't.
I don't have the
attention span. It's attention span.
Yeah, no, I don't.
An hour? 40-something minutes to an hour just sitting there? I mean, like, I can do that with 3 episodes of anime, but I don't think
it's different. It's like, I think it cuts it up a little bit when there's 30 minutes. Yeah.
Did you want to talk about Zenshu a bit?
I kind of do, because I think that Zenshu is a little bit, like, underrated.
It is. I think
people aren't really talking about it as much. I think the animation is gorgeous. Everything is very beautiful, but I was sleeping on it because of like the synopsis at first.
I think the first episode getting into it is a bit hard because you have to really immersify yourself into the plot. But then once you start watching it, it gets better. Like I feel like it's one of those that gets better anime.
I would not drop it.
Yeah,
like it does get better. I'm glad that you told me to watch it because it wasn't on my list.
Yay.
And like if Crystal tells me to watch anything, I'll most likely watch it.
I watch it and then I'll text Kat. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
Literally.
Did you see it?
Yeah. And then we'll talk about it. And I think that it's I think it's like you said, it's different enough. Like,
yes.
The main character is also different enough from other like female main characters. I think she's not this like, she's very flawed.
I feel like she doesn't also have those like personalities where she's I'm so cute, or like,
I
don't like you. You know what I mean?
I don't like you.
It's like, it's their, like, the attitude for her is very nonchalant, but it's also really real, I think, in a sense where it's relatable.
And it's also refreshing, I guess.
I just also can't tell if it's, like, an isekai or if it's, like, she's, like, all in her head kind of thing, too.
Yeah, and I'm wanting it to be an isekai, but I want her to also go back to her... I don't know how much I feel like this is a spoiler, but because I don't actually know what's going to happen, right? But I do want her to, like, wake up.
Yeah, on isekai herself.
But I do want her isekai experiences to be real.
Yes.
Like, I want Luke to be, like, in her life, actually.
I do, too.
Like, I don't know
but I kind of feel like it's going to be a sad ending.
No.
But the thing I kind of also really liked about it is that it almost feels like a magical girl anime, too. In the weirdest sense where she's not transforming, like, into a magical schoolgirl kind of thing.
But the whole transformation of her, like, desk and everything.
I love that they gave her that because it's, like, it's the repetition of, like, oh, you know something's that happened and she has to transform, but it's, like... It's a desk.
Yeah.
She transforms a desk.
Right. But I also like how it ties into how her first like successful anime or whatever is a magical girl anime, right?
Yes.
And I love how that all
the
kind of
flow
like,
of everything
together.
Connects is so good.
It's a beautiful anime.
So pretty. I could just stare at them all day long.
And there's so many other animes that I'm watching this season, but I couldn't, like, we're not going to talk about all of them.
We're going to be sitting here for a while.
Literally.
We're already sitting here for a while.
And y'all already heard about all the rom-coms that I'm watching right now, so that's...
Yeah.
If you don't know what rom-coms I'm watching right now, you didn't watch episode 1, so go watch episode 1. I'm saying.
Oh, we just say how, like, we're on Spotify.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were asking about Apple.
Yeah.
We are working on that. I'm just running into issues getting it onto Apple for some reason. It's like a weird sync. But we are on YouTube. Yeah.
Well, YouTube, Spotify,
bits of us are here and there on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes. We are. TikTok.
Yeah, but we'll figure it out eventually.
Okay, so time for...
Red flag, green flag.
Red flag, green flag.
How do we play this?
Okay, so I think it's just like, I don't know if it's a game. So we're going to break down the dating traits of anime characters because, of course, we are. So we're going to pick an anime character and kind of like think about the green flags and red flags of that potential anime character being a love interest.
Are we romantics?
I think we are.
Yeah,
That's
that's
like
what
what we're talking about.
So I was thinking about it, I'm like, why do we keep going back to like dating stuff?
Yo, is it because we're lonely?
Don't say that. Maybe, but like, don't say that. Sorry, I didn't mean to like cut you off right there.
No. And then we'll share the red flag, green flag. Just keep in mind, if we pick characters that are, again, the setting is like school, we're talking about that character as like an adult.
Adult.
Because let's make that very clear.
Adults only.
No Kendrick Lamar in... Wait, no Drakeifying.
That's Drake,
this.
right?
Yeah,
Drake.
no Drakeifying.
A minor.
Stop.
All right, do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
You can go first if you like.
Levi from Attack on Titan.
Ooh, that man. Okay, let's go.
His green flag is he is loyal to a fart. He is loyal to a fault. If he loves you, he loves you. Also, your house will never be dirty.
That's a big like green flag.
I love a man who can clean. I love a man who like picks up after himself, so I don't have to do it.
I know, a man who can keep a place clean is just
Yeah.
like, because I can't keep a place clean.
That also, I hate taking out the trash. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm good with like making sure that I could put my trash in the trash bag,
Yeah,
but I hate
yeah.
taking it out.
Okay, yeah.
And his red flag is
Yeah.
literally incapable of emotional vulnerability.
Uh-huh.
Will stare at you in silence instead of talking about his feelings.
I think that we can fix him.
You're choosing blindness. He's like, I can fix him.
I can fix him. I can teach a man how to be emotionally vulnerable.
You think that it outweighs like the fact that like you can have troubles throughout your entire relationship,
But he can.
all he does is clean for you. Like that. Yeah, you're done with that.
I think
There's no pillow talk happening at that point.
you can train him
No, girl. There's
because
no
he's
pillow
loyal.
talk.
He's loyal.
Yeah, but like a dog is loyal.
Wait, why am I trying to stand up for your like green flag, red flag? Imagine if he keeps all these traits of like he loves you.
Is he my green flag, red flag? I thought it was more so like
Just in general, green
in
flag, red-
general. Like,
Okay.
do you think like the red flag outweighs the green?
I think that he can be fixed. His red flags are like fixable red flags.
Okay. Like the green flags are the hear me outs essentially.
I see. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But I think in this case, the red flag can be fixed, and that the green flag is vague.
Lots of therapy sessions. Like that's all I see, therapy sessions.
Is he a short king?
I think so. How tall is Levi?
I don't know. I think he's a short king.
How tall is Levi Ackerman? He is a short king.
He's like really short.
Oh my god.
Oh girl.
Dude's 30?
Oh my god.
I didn't realize he was
He's
30.
160. That's 10 centimeters shorter than me.
Crazy. What?
Yeah.
That's
so
not cute, though.
What?
That's not cute.
It is kind of cute. I can always enjoy a short king.
5'3" goes hard.
Yeah.
30 though.
He's our age.
Yeah. I mean, like, how old were we when it came out?
Girl, don't think about that.
Well, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to?
Sure. So the one that I thought of was, but you didn't watch Don to Don, so can I still say this?
I didn't watch Don to Don.
You did watch it? Okay, so
did watch Don.
we're gonna go Takakura Ken, because we all know I love Takakura Ken.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like Okarun from Dan Dan Dan.
Yeah.
So I think his green flags are that he's sweet, thoughtful, and always wants to help others. He's really selfless, I think, and he's loyal and protective. I think that his red flags are he has low self-esteem, a little socially awkward, and has never had that many friends, much less a girlfriend.
I would be so real right now. That just sounded like the description of my ex, and I will not like that. Green flag does not outweigh that red flag. Only because I've gone through it, and
Yeah.
I think like everyone has their own cup of tea, and
Yeah,
that is not
yeah.
my cup of. It's not my cup of tea. Like
Okay.
I've been there, I've done that. For me, it was more work than it was worth because I'm an introvert.
Right.
To an extent. Like I'm
Yeah.
a social introvert.
Yeah.
But then having to like boost a man's ego
Yeah.
and get them out there
Yeah.
when you're at social events or even just
Yeah.
like family gatherings and you're
Fair.
the one who's leading every conversation.
Yeah.
My internal like battery is drained so quickly because it's like me fighting for myself and then me fighting for this man.
Right.
So like, I think that's just for me. I don't think I can outweigh it because I know that I'm more interested in finding someone who is like, they're more social, so I don't have to worry about them.
Okay.
So that's a no for me.
I think it's because I think our personalities are slightly different.
Yeah.
Like I always
like you're more extroverted.
See, I always tell people I'm an introvert. I'm shy. But like
she ain't shy, girl.
I know I can talk to whoever is in the room and have a conversation. So I don't have that problem of having like a social. To be honest, my social battery doesn't really run out.
I don't think yours does. Mine does. Yeah. I don't have any issues talking with anyone in the room either.
I know, you don't. You can talk to anyone.
But then I just want to do that for myself. I don't want to do that for someone else.
No, that's fair. I think I enjoy doing that. So for me, like, I don't really know what it is to have like my social battery run out. I don't have it too much.
Okay.
The only time I have it is when I'm physically tired. Yeah. And then I don't want to talk to anybody. But I never have it where I'm just like
at a social function, all of a sudden it dies in the middle of a conversation.
I don't think it actually happens. I think I pretend that it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But when I think about it, I'm just like, no, I would have liked to stay there and talk to like more people.
Have you seen it happen? Like for me, I'll literally just like blank out.
I have seen it happen.
Yeah, and then someone say like when they're talking to me, I'm like, did you just say something? Sorry, what?
But like, have you seen it happen to me?
No, that's the thing.
Yeah, like I know.
But then like the only time I've seen it's like when you're like no longer vibing and you're just like don't want to talk to you anymore.
I do have that.
That's different though. That's different.
But that's with like one person or something, no? Or like if I'm just physically tired again.
Yeah.
That's like different, I think. But so yeah, I don't have that issue. So I don't have an issue with like trying to pull someone out of their shell or whatever. For me, that's like I can help him. I can
fix him again. I can fix him.
Because he's like
sweet.
So, yeah,
I feel like I have to see you be like, have you met Ken? Oh, Ken, tell them what you're doing.
Yeah. Or like, tell them this, tell them that. Like I don't mind doing that for me. So for me, like again, oh no, like his red flags aren't really red flags and all his green flags are green.
That's like a giant red flag for me. I'd be like, no, bye. I'm done.
Okay, girl. Next.
Okay, Sutuna from JJK.
This man is a walking red flag.
Low-key, I think he's hot.
Okay,
I actually think he's so hot.
Okay, what is his green flag?
E02, I think, is really hot too. Okay, so green flag, he is confident.
Okay.
Powerful and literally a king.
Okay.
Will take you on the most extravagant dates in history. Red flag. Also a literal demon who might kill you for fun. Imagine going on like he was like, oh, domain expansion, like this domain is just for you kind of thing.
Oh my god.
Taking you out to the nicest date ever.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, that was fun, bye, and then kills you.
Stop.
Psycho behavior, but I think that like kind of hot.
I can see him becoming like a yandere.
Yeah. Is
like,
that why I think it's like a little if no one can have if I can't have you, no one can.
So does his green flags are worth his red flag that he might kill you?
Okay, but then like you know how we were talking about Ken right now?
Yeah,
how it's like like he's like unsure about himself more or less. I'm not confident. Sutuna is basically the opposite.
Yeah.
Which I think is attractive.
So you would say his green flag outweighs his red flag?
You could kill me any day.
Girl, I don't need a man to be that confident or that powerful. As long as he's my king, that's fine. That's fine. He doesn't have to be literally a king as long as he's my king.
Okay. So no, it does not.
No, Sukuna, no. Like he's he's good on the eyes, but definitely bad for my heart. So
multiple eyes.
God. All right. Well, I have because previously we have spoken about Shikamaru from Naruto.
Dude, I was thinking about doing Shikamaru too, but I was like, is that too much Shikamaru? Like, are we just to be Shika fans and then that's it?
I don't mind being a Shika simp. Okay, I don't mind. So his green flags are that, again, he's loyal, protective, smart, and will always have your back in the most efficient ways because I love efficiency.
We do. Competency,
yes,
right?
Yes, exactly. And his red flag is really that everything is mindokusai for him. Everything's a drag. Well, not well, yeah. Like I don't know. And his idea of having fun is playing shogi.
Wait, but low-key, isn't that kind of cute? Like, imagine you want to go on a date and you
Yeah.
complain. So he was like, but babe, like, I want to do this. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, man, that's fine. But then he'll, like, still hold your hand and go with you. That, yes, it's like, I'm still, like, I know it's, like, a red flag for some people. It would outweigh it. But only because it's him. I think
Yeah,
it's,
I
like,
think
a
it's,
random
like-
guy. No.
Yeah, no,
What
I
do you
agree.
mean I'm annoying?
No,
What
I
do you
agree.
mean? This is what you signed up for?
I agree on God. Like, I think that, like you said, it's because it's him, and you know that he'll still, like, do it.
Yeah.
And he'll still, like, probably enjoy it, but he's just kind of like a
it's like, oh my
tsundere.
god, you're so annoying.
Yeah, like a little tsundere behavior, I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so
Green
I think for me, green, like, it's just his green flag is definitely
It outweighs
outweighing
it,
any of his red flags are not even red flags. Like, if a man wants to play chess, then he can play chess.
Yeah.
Does
Does he
he
have any red flags, really? Sleeps a lot.
I don't mind. I'll sleep next to him. I don't care.
Yeah, I sleep a lot.
I don't mind a man that needs to sleep.
They
I will sleep beside
basically
you.
made the perfect character, if you ask me.
Yeah, honestly, Shika fans.
Okay, Light from Death Note.
Ew. Okay, keep going. I'll hear it out.
Just hear it out. But,
Hear it
like,
out.
he's not my fave either.
Okay, it's okay.
But I was just trying to...
He's just
like,
a person that most people would know.
yeah. Or also, like, pull from, like, older stuff, too. Because we've been talking a lot about newer stuff.
Yeah, we
'cause I
have,
don't really
yeah.
rewatch old anime sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just want to pull a few older ones.
Which is very nice. I like that. So what are his green flags? Because does he even have any?
Okay, we'll get there. He's extremely intelligent. So, like, similar to Shikamaru, if you think about it.
Different.
Not that I'm saying, like, justifying it.
Girl.
And ambitious. Definitely the
Okay.
guy to help you ace any test or debate. Like, he'd be a good study buddy, I guess.
Guys, I'll ace my test on my own without him. Okay, keep going. What's his red flag then?
Absolutely put your name in certain notebook if you disagreed with him too much. you're shaking. He was like, yeah, I'm just gonna write you off.
Yo, I can't say this out loud. What if he's watching? No! I'm gonna end up in his notebook.
So funny. Just like middle of our podcast. I think that's a no, though, right?
Absolutely a no.
Yeah.
Like, seeing his name on the list, I was like, ugh. Like, that's an ick. Like, being light got me as an ick.
Itachi.
Itachi is honestly slept on.
Is he really?
Actually, no, he's not slept on Ella. I think everyone has already been woke to his, like, to him.
Yeah.
But he was slept on at first.
Well, I think that's like, my biggest part was like he looked so old because of his sleeping,
Yeah.
like his eye bags. Where I was just like, I
Yeah.
don't know why people find this attractive.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, sometimes a sleepless man can be like, it's like, oh, I can help him get sleep.
Okay.
What's his green flag?
Itachi's green flag is he's emotionally mature, which
Yeah.
is like major green flag.
Yeah, huge green flag.
Self-sacrificing and
Okay.
would literally do anything to protect you.
Those are literally like my like standards.
I would simp so hard for that.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Red flags, however, is he will never tell you what's actually going on.
Oh, that's a red flag.
Hold so much secret from you, and it's like even if you want the smallest detail, he'd
Yeah.
probably be like,
It's like pulling teeth.
nope.
If
If he could do that to Sasuke,
yeah. Oh gosh. This is hard. Because his green flags are so green.
So
Do you know
green.
how hard it is to find a man with emotional maturity?
Yeah, no, that's like number one on everyone's list. I
Yeah,
think.
literally every girl. That's all we want. Literally,
Emotional maturity.
literally, girls would be like this. We'll give up everything for emotional maturity. I honestly think that at the end of the day, I don't think that his red flag is a malicious red flag. Nothing
Fair.
that he hides
No.
from you is malicious.
But why you like that?
Why you
Is
like
that not counter not intuitive, but like
I think it is.
yeah? Because then how are you emotionally mature, but then you can't tell me, you can't communicate, right?
Yeah. I think that can be worked on. So
Therapy again, I see.
yes. Yeah, I think we can fix that.
I can fix him.
I can fix him. So for me, this red flag does not outweigh the green flag. His green flag outweighs the red flag yet again.
Okay.
I
I'll
think-
say you.
Yes. How about you?
I think that's also no. Because who we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Levi.
Yeah.
Where I don't think so because I do need that like communication is big for me.
Communication is big for me as well.
If you can't even tell me what we're having for dinner,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
We can work on it though.
Okay.
I promise we can work on it.
You have a lot of patience, my girl.
All right.
jumping into our next topic.
Just jumping straight in because we're starting to get sleepy.
I'm getting so tired. Thankfully, I didn't have to do this when I was quitting my job, and it was just easy. Me sending in an email and being like, "Hey, here's my 2 weeks." I actually gave them a month. Here's
that's
my
nice.
1 month.
That's very kind.
Yeah, I probably didn't have to or shouldn't have to, but I'm leaving. Bye. Whereas in Japan, I heard it's really, really hard to quit your job.
Whenever people talk about like tenshoku, or like moving job, they make it like they have to omoikitte do it. They have to like really like strap in to do it.
Oh.
So I imagine that the process is more like daunting than here, because I've never heard someone here be like, "Yo, I had to really like collect myself to quit my job and find a new job." Whereas whenever I'm talking to like my Japanese friends that do that, they're like, they have to like omoikitte tenshoku shita, which is like I had to really like prepare myself, and
which is I think is like crazy when you think about it, because it's like in that mindset then if you can't ever see yourself or collect yourself to do it, you're gonna be stuck with a job for the rest of your life even if you hate it.
And I can't imagine staying with like, well, I can imagine in a big corporation actually like climbing the corporate ladder if you want to. If that's your thing, I get it. But some of these people are like staying in these like no future companies. I don't know if that's rude, but like,
no, I know.
You know what I mean?
Like,
it's
you're
like,
not getting, you're not going to be going anywhere. The company itself isn't, so I get that.
And I think it's like that. Those are times when it's really important to try to tenshoku, to how to say in English, like move job, right? Like,
whereas here, I think it's a norm. Like for me, even not like corporately, but like my job history, every 2 to 3 years I would hop, because it's not even like about climbing. It's when it gets to a point where I'm no longer learning anything from my career, unless I was like learning or gaining experience that would like I can take anywhere with me, and I've realized that like, okay, I've already learned everything I could, or like did everything I can, and even if I was to like jump up another position, I'm no longer gaining anything worthwhile for myself, I would like quit.
And I think that's a smart thing to do. I think that's because you strive for more. So you always want more for yourself. You want to grow as a person, right? And then so when you feel like one place is like has served its purpose for you, and then you find somewhere else, and I think that's really good for personal growth. So I think that's a good thing, and I think that more people like, I think it's harder to do in Japan. I think
so. Because then it's like, can you just imagine that like your employer, your boss, you're not comfortable enough to just tell them like, hey, like I'm on to better, bigger and better things. Like they should be happy for you, right?
But and so I guess there's a unique service in Japan that's growing in trend where resignation agencies will resign your job for you.
That's crazy. That itself is a job. Imagine that's like, oh, what do you do for a living? I help people quit their jobs.
So I wouldn't mind doing that. Like, I'll go into someone's work like, you ain't treat your employee well enough.
But I think like our mindset, we would probably not do as professionally. They'll probably be like handing on all this paperwork. Oh, we're so sorry they're quitting. Like, we're apologizing on their behalf. Meanwhile, I'll be like, listen, bitch. It ain't working out.
Like, listen up. Like, no, I don't think I could ever do anything professionally, because I never forget about the time you looked at me and you're like, Kat's the least serious person I know. And I think about that a lot.
You just growled into the mic earlier. What are you talking about?
I think about that a lot. Like, it affects my everyday life. I always think about like, because I always think about the fact that, like someone will say something, but it's just like, anything that happens, like my comment is always just like some like really unserious take.
It is unserious, but I'm not saying like you're not like you have moments where you are serious, but I think it's a good thing too that you're unserious, because when you're like, sometimes they take things too seriously, and it just like on an emotional level it kind of ticks me off sometimes, since it's like, why are you like that, because I take things too seriously, but then having the personality where like you don't take everything seriously, I think is a really good trait to have, because it's like you can move on easier and be like, well, what's done is done, kind of thing, right?
Fair. I just always think that maybe I need to take things more seriously, because time
and place. That's a time and place. Yeah.
I kind of do understand what you're saying, because I was talking to my friend, and he was telling me how like his personality can be like exhausting, and I was just like, no, everything you say is just literally funny. What? I was just like,
Wait, what does he mean by exhausting though? Like,
well, he was
too
like,
much?
no, but like, I'll say something, let's say, and he'll say something like super logical and kind of against what I'm saying, and I'll be like, that's the funniest take I've ever heard, and I'll just start laughing.
Do you think he's funny because he's actually funny, or do you think he's funny because of something else?
I think he's just I find a lot of
when you
funny.
catch feels for someone, all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, you're so much hotter and funnier than I remember you
Oh my
used to
god,
be.
that's crazy. No, I don't catch feelings for nobody. I catch flights, not feelings.
Me too.
Have you seen that, like, I don't know what it was that I saw it on, but it was like on social media, and it was like a caption, 2023 or 2024, whatever is the year. Imagine you have like a whole ass relationship, and then at the altar you send them a message saying, I catch flights.
How do you even get to the altar at that point? Like, what was the plan going into it? That's crazy.
It's horrible.
I was literally talking about it yesterday with some of my girlfriends, where I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think I want a wedding. Like, if I want to marry someone, let's just do the paperwork, because it's a lot of money.
No, it is a lot of money.
I also like the altar thing is like awkward. Having everyone watch us exchange vows is awkward.
That's very fair. But I do want to wear a dress. I want wedding photos.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could do that on your own, though, right?
You can.
Yeah. Even if you did a courthouse, you just still wear a dress and everything. I just think the idea of like, it's for show, you know? It's all for show.
Yeah. At the same time, though, no, I think I want a wedding.
You want a wedding? Would you want a Japanese wedding, though? Because I think a Japanese wedding is very different from, like, North American weddings.
I would have to probably end up doing, like, a hybrid of, like, a Japanese and a Chinese wedding.
Would you do 2 different weddings, then?
No, it would be, like, one day. And it'll be, like, jam-packed, but not, like, a full week. I can't do it.
Okay, but, like, to be honest, the Chinese wedding and Japanese wedding are 2 different spectrums. Because we're talking about, like, Chinese, you have your tea ceremony and whatnot. Yeah. And all the games and stuff.
I know for sure.
But then it's also, like, rowdy. We are rowdy.
Well, that's what I mean. I know for sure my grandma's going to want that, right?
Yeah.
But I know for sure, especially if I end up marrying a Japanese guy, who knows if I will. I probably won't. I don't know. But if I do, I'm just saying if I do, you know, like, I want to have, like, really cute, like I want to do the sake thing.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
but I feel like for a Japanese wedding, it's like your guest has to be a lot more reserved too. Like, it's not
right.
The partying part. Isn't the same as like a Chinese wedding. You know.
I think that there are components where it could be.
Yeah. So the Chinese weddings, like, if you're not going home until you're drunk.
Yeah. I think that would probably be the ending of my wedding, but like the beginning would be like start off as like a Japanese style.
Oh, I was thinking the other way around. That's why I was a little bit like,
oh no, I think it would start off reserved in Japanese with like the whole like sake whatever, and then like the tea ceremony, because like we Chinese in here as well, and then you know, like end it off like a little bit rowdy, and ain't nobody going home.
Have all the old people go home first, maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe that too. Yeah.
Unless like grandma wants to party.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how we got into this topic though.
Yeah,
we're a little bit like,
that's why we keep talking on tangents. Like, we didn't anticipate talking about this today, but because I feel like that's its own topic on its own. Because I know like you guys have specific, like, your guests can't wear certain clothes,
right?
Especially like girls.
But like here as well, you cannot wear like white at a wedding.
Not white, but then I feel like if someone wore like a prom dress, no one's like bat an eye and be like, oh my god, what's she wearing, right? Yeah, I feel like the dresses in Japan weddings, from what I've seen, are kind of cookie cutter, like certain length, or like you always have to wear like the heels that are like this tall or something.
Oh, I think not that many people care.
No?
Well, I don't know. Maybe my friends are all don't care, but yeah.
Interesting though.
Interesting. That is a whole topic on its own. Yeah.
Hey. I think we're tapping out though.
I think we're about to tap out.
How do you still have the energy to do that?
I have actually like a lot of energy now.
I don't. Is it the matcha?
I think it's your matcha. ASMR.
Even with the matcha though, I feel like I am tired. But thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, and leave us your comments or whatever. We'll talk about whatever you want us to talk about.
Wait, we did want to discuss some of the comments that we got too.
Oh yeah,
briefly,
we did.
Because you guys you're kind of funny.
I love you guys.
You guys
honestly,
are funny.
You guys make me laugh.
They really agreed with Shikamaru though.
Yeah, I feel like everyone pretty much agreed with our love on Shikamaru.
Yeah.
Which is just like, of course you did.
We're the Shika Simps at
Shika Simps.
At us.
G Thai boxing.
Yeah.
I love you.
I can't read this. You gotta translate this for me.
Nani? He says, ただのくん from コミさんはコミュ障です comes to mind. 見なかったやつはぜひ見てください. What were we talking about in this clip? Oh, like どってことない. So like a person that's not very special, and then he has a harem. But I think Komi-san is not very harem. But maybe it's like the fact that this like really gorgeous girl is just into this like very regular Joe Schmo.
Who are we talking about though?
Have you watched Komi-san? Have you watched Komi Can't Communicate?
Oh no, I have not. Okay. Yeah.
She's
I need the visuals.
She's like the class Madonna, like beautiful, gorgeous. Everyone thinks she's gorgeous, and then she basically ends up like this like close relationship, I guess, with this guy named like Tadano Hito or something, and his name literally means like just a regular guy. Tadano.
Oh.
Just yeah. So like I think that's probably what it means, like what he's saying, because like he's literally just like a regular kind of a regular guy, and he doesn't really do anything very special, but he gets the attention of like the class Madonna.
I think I remember now. I was thinking like, ain't no way.
Yeah,
how do you get someone's attention if you're not like that special?
Every time, ain't no way. And it's just like, and again, I think it gives like all of us regular Joe Schmoes like a little like fleeting hope or whatever.
Not that regular though, if you think about it. We're kind of like too special. we share a singular brain cell. Yeah, I think we're a little special.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a good comment.
Yeah,
thanks for commenting.
Thanks for commenting.
This might be the last episode where you see us sitting together like this, though. Next one, I'm most likely going to be in Japan.
And then, so we're going to figure out how we going to do that.
Yeah, probably going to use an app and, like, video call each other while we're doing this.
So stay tuned to see how we're going to work it out.
See ya in the next Matcha Hour.
Thanks for joining us. Ching ching. Kanpai.
Kanpai.
Yum.
You gotta make your own matcha next time then.
Must be matcha? Must be matcha?
Matcha Hour.
Has to be matcha? Can we do like Darjeeling tea hour?
Okay, that's fine. Tea hour is what it's called.
Tea hour.